Good morning everyone. Magandang umaga, suba prapat kala vanikkam dan selamat pagi DXN. Alright everyone, thank you for tuning into our Facebook live session for tonight, in which I hope that everyone who are currently watching us could stay tuned sampai ke penghujung of our Facebook live session, because hari ni and of course we will be talking about health and product in focus, yang mana kita akan share and discuss and talk about one of commonly topik lah, which is World AIDS Day. So siapa yang nak tahu apa DSN could actually help with AIDS people, patients, make sure to tune in sehingga ke penghujung of our Facebook live session, okay? Dan of course, thank you to those who are currently watching. Dan of course saya rasa siapa yang dah lama, dah sentiasa tengok our Facebook live session mesti tahu all the 3-step routine yang saya nak minta anda buat. Dan of course siapa yang baru nak join our Facebook live session, make sure to do this 3-step routine. What are the 3-step routine? Jangan risau, saya akan guide anda, which is all you have to do is click on the thumbs up button and then go ahead to the comment section. I nak minta you tag semua orang, your upline, your downline, your prospect, or perhaps your friends and maybe some other people yang you nak share this knowledge. Kita sama-sama raise awareness on World AIDS Day. So of course you boleh click on the share button yang ada dekat bawah. Lepas tu boleh forward dekat mana-mana social media platform yang lain. So of course sekarang ni kita on live di Facebook dan kita juga live di YouTube channel which is Malaysia. YouTube DSM Malaysia HQ lah. So siapa yang belum follow kita orang, boleh juga follow dekat all of our other social media platform. So before we would like to talk and sambung nak cakap mengenai World AIDS Day, kita nak bagi sedikit company update lah. Saya pasti ramai yang tertunggu-tunggu untuk cakap mengenai World AIDS Day. Tapi I'll give me a bit of time untuk update sedikit on our current our latest activities, our latest promotion. So yang paling baru yang saya nak cakap sekarang ni adalah the most upcoming activity, which is this one, Sarawak Achievers Rally 2022. Okay, Sarawak Achievers Rally akan berlangsung pada hujung minggu ni, which is 18 Disember 2020 pada jam 2 petang di DSN Kuching branch, Gala City. So siapa yang belum lagi dapatkan tiket, anda masih lagi boleh dapatkan tiket anda di Kuching branch. So thank you juga to those yang join our campaign, which is kita bagi anda the facilities ataupun kemudahan untuk anda pergi ke DSN Kuching branch untuk join to acknowledge our achievers di sana. Hari tu kita dah buat di DSN Cyberville. This time around kita buat di ARD Sarawak. So siapa yang nak pergi hari tu, thank you so much for joining and participating with this campaign. Dan of course siapa yang belum pergi, masih belum beli tiket untuk Sarawak Achievers Rally, boleh dapatkan tiket anda secepat mungkin sebab our activities is upcoming this weekend. So make sure anda cepat-cepat beli tiket and join this Sarawak Achievers Rally. Ada macam-macam perkara yang kita nak buat, and of course ada special lucky draw. Siapa yang nak the chances to get this lucky draw, boleh join kita. Dan selain daripada tu, another interesting thing about kita punya AR Sarawak, dia bukan macam biasa. Kita juga ada buat DSN Kuching pada pagi tu lah. Sebelum kita buat, kita langsungkan kita punya AR Sarawak lah. So siapa yang nak join kita, nak tahu dengan lebih lanjut all this amazing menu, our Noodle Fiesta series dan juga our RTE, yang tak pernah try, boleh datang ke DSN Kuching branch pada hari tersebut, 18 bulan 12 ni, sebentar je lagi this weekend, untuk join, bukan sahaja join our AR, tapi juga boleh join DSN Kitchen. So first time kita nak bawa ke Sarawak. Then selain daripada tu ada juga another a bit of an update. Sekarang ni dah masuk December, end of year. Kita ada apa lagi kalau bukan Christmas promotion. So dalam Christmas promotion ni ada macam-macam items yang menarik. So kalau kata ala-ala you nak beli your favorite product, you might also want to check on this promotion, alright? Kita ada juga another promotion which is DXI Noodle Fiesta promo. So siapa yang saya cakap tak pernah try, you can also join this promotion sebab ada item-items yang hot selling, ada RGGL dekat situ. So you boleh juga kalau kata you nak try, maybe perhaps join this promotion. Then banyak pula saya update. Okay, that's all the company updates from me. Dan kita akan proceed untuk bercerita dengan lebih lanjut mengenai the World AIDS Day. Siapa yang tahu World AIDS Day ni bila sebenarnya? Saya nak minta anda komen dekat bawah untuk bagi tahu saya. Siapa tahu bila the World AIDS Day? Boleh komen, alright? Dan kita nak bercakap dengan lebih lanjut mengenai World AIDS Day. Saya akan jemput kita punya guest speaker which is SD Mr. Ganesh untuk memberikan sharing regarding this topic for today, HPIF. Alright, so see you soon. Alright, hello Mr. Ganesh.
Hi. How are you,
How are
Zeti?
you? I'm good,
Yeah,
I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
Alright,
Yeah.
Mr. Ganesh, are you ready to share a bit on this AIDS, World AIDS Day?
Yeah. We shall go now.
Alright, you ready? Alright,
All right.
okay, let's
Okay.
go.
Sure. Zeti, just before that, I think you can view the slides, isn't it? Right? So am I in the right
Yeah.
place now? Yeah, you got it,
Yes.
huh? Okay. All right. Okay. So hi, good morning, everyone. So let's hit up again on our health product in focus for this month on December 2022 on a very um, common topic today, which is on AIDS and the World AIDS Day 2022. It's actually on every first December on every year. It's actually the following WHO, the World Health Organization's calendar. They has been established this in 1998. Established this month as AIDS Awareness Month, where every first December the world actually start as the World AIDS Day to show the support for those is living with HIV affected people, and those actually who lost their lives to AIDS. So,
So 1
so these are the
Disember.
focus for, yeah. So every first December, as per WHO's calendar, I think this month is on World AIDS Day. Okay, so health product and focus today is basically for that. So we move on. We move on. Okay. All right. So I think the theme for this year for the WHO, I think they put it this, and inequalities and end AIDS. I think this is the
Yes,
theme for
betul.
this year, right? So World AIDS Day is actually is basically on HIV, which is a human immunodeficiency virus. Actually, this virus actually directly damage our cells in our immune systems and weakens our ability to fight everyday infections and disease. This virus is actually a replication. It's actually attack direct to our immune system by replicating themselves and live in the human cells. So it weaks our ability to fight infections and the disease. So if HIV is not treated, then it's directly lead to AIDS, which is AIDS stands for acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. is the last stage of the HIV. So AIDS is the late stage of HIV infection that occurs when the body's immune system is badly damaged because of the virus. So from the stage 1, 2, 3, and 4, there is stages where the weakening process is taking place actually. So from the lower levels to the higher levels. So the lowest we say this HIV started from that. So where the place the virus is start to attack our systems and get weak the whole system, and literally it will actually down the total the human life by getting the last stage of the HIV, commonly known as AIDS. Okay? So I think everyone know this whole 8 days. Right? Actually, there's no any effective cure for HIV or AIDS. Actually, once people get this virus and they have it for a life. So, but with proper medical care, HIV can be controlled, and people with the HIV also who get effective HIV treatment, they can live longer and healthy life and protect their partners. So I think yes, actually we have been actually listened and heard about this HIV and AIDS for quite some time already, but there's no any vaccines to prevent it. There's no any medicines to cure it. I think everyone, I think, very scared. It's a life-threatening word. When we just heard about HIV or AIDS, I think, and everyone is really knows that there is no any medical procedures to help to cure or to prevent it. Right? So what are the stages of HIV? Let's look at the stage 1, what they call acute HIV infection. People have a large amount of HIV in their blood and very contagious. That means that once they got infected by HIV, they will have a large amount of HIV cells in the blood, and it is transmittable. And many people have flu-like symptoms. This flu-like symptoms is the first level of the symptom that can be seen. People got infected, and a very early stage they can see this flu is like quite heavy for them. If you have flu-like symptoms and they think you may have been exposed to HIV, get tested. So I think the first step after we being exposed, anyone like feel that they have been exposed to HIV, the next thing is they have to get tested. So let's look what are the tests that can be done in the medical procedure. They can do HIV antibody test and they can do an antigen test, which is
Pardon, Mr. Ganesh.
yeah.
Your voice is a bit low. Do you mind adjusting? Yeah.
You can hear me now.
Yeah, better.
It's better, huh? So
Yes,
just now
yes.
we discussed about this test.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
what are the medical procedure that can involve? We can get ourselves to have a self test or blood test with the antibody test or antigen test or NAT, which is a nucleic acid test. They call it a viral load. So only by this way we only can trace, we can know that whether we have been exposed to the HIV, which they call it the HIV positive. Okay. And stage 2, once they have HIV on this stage 2, they call it chronic HIV infection. This stage also they call asymptomatic HIV infection or clinical latency. HIV is actually still active at this part and continues to reproduce in this body, but people don't have any symptom or they don't fall sick during this phase. But it is transmittable. That means it can be transferred to anyone else. So people who take HIV treatment as prescribed may never move into stage 3, which is AIDS. Without HIV treatment, this stage may last a decade or longer or may progress faster. At the end of this stage, the amount of HIV in the blood viral load goes up and the person may move into a serious stage 3. What are the stages of HIV? Stage 3, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, which is AIDS. This stage is actually the most severe stage of the HIV infection. People with AIDS can have a high viral load and may easily transmit HIV to others. People with AIDS have badly damaged immune system, and they can get an increasingly number of opportunistic infections or other serious illnesses. Without any treatment, people with AIDS typically survive about 3 years. So everyone knows about this AIDS, which is the last stage, and the treatment in hospitals, which commonly we know about the ART treatment, antiretroviral treatment. This therapy is actually helping by lowering the viral load in the body. So that are the things that can be done at the moment in the world. So the globally is actually they're facing this epidemic on this HIV or AIDS. The only treatment or the therapy that can be given for the patient at the moment is only the ART, which they call it the antiretroviral therapy, to help the system to lower down the viral load in the body, so they can survive longer. So there are the things at the moment, right? So let's look some of the symptoms of the HIV. So most people have flu-like symptoms with 4 weeks after the infection. Symptoms may last for a few days or several weeks. Having these symptoms alone doesn't mean that we don't have HIV, but other illnesses can cause similar symptoms as well. So some people have no symptoms at all. The only way to know if we have HIV is by getting ourselves tested, right? So these are the symptoms. So the fever is prolonged, the persistent fever and sore throat, swollen of the lymph nodes, and then the rashes on the skin, the muscle pain, uh, very fatigue, very weak, and all that. Feel cold, chills, and all that. Mouth ulcers, and then the night sweats. So these are some of the symptoms of the HIV. So how HIV can get transmitted? So HIV can be transmitted via the exchange of a variety of body fluids from that infected people, such as through blood, uh, the breast milk, and semen and vaginal secretion. So these are the things through this only that HIV can be transmittable to others. HIV can only be spread through specific activity, such as uh, having vaginal or anal sex with someone who has HIV, but without any protection, and then sharing injection or drug equipment, such as needles, syringes, and other drugs injection equipment, and HIV positive person transmitting HIV to their baby during pregnancy, birth, or breastfeeding. Being exposed to HIV through a needle stick or sharp injury. This is a risk mainly for healthcare workers. So the first thing is actually by the the sex contact, intercourse, and all that without any protection. The second is the drugs equipment they're using to share the needles, and to the baby breastfeeding during the pregnancy, and also for the medical health care workers, which is coincidentally accidentally happen where the needle prickings, so wrongly and without knowing we can have this, the virus can be transmitted with the needle pricking. So ways HIV is not transmitted. So everyone knows this as well. Ways where the HIV is not get transmitted via this, you know. So this I think not to get worried about everything. So we just have the knowledge, so sharpen our knowledge how the transmit is actually happened. And out of other ways, I think it is really safe to be with the HIV patients or AIDS patients actually. Okay.
Mm.
All right. Say no to HIV or AIDS. So what are the meanings here? So we from DXN is actually we found there is some unique and very dynamic explanation, and there is a testimonials actually very clearly stating that there is a way to protect ourselves from the HIV or AIDS. Not to say that we can cure the patient, but we can do the therapy that make the patients to be survive or stay longer, right? So here are the products from the DXN for the health. Basically, not because of for the HIV, it's actually for the health itself. Okay. So let's see first. Usually, how we started with our product. This is our um, uh, main product, the Ganoderma, regarded as the miraculous king of herbs. where this Ganoderma is our traditional Asian medicine for thousands of years, providing both nutritive and health benefits to the human body. So we have beneficial effects on the immune system, on the cardiovascular systems and reproductivity systems, and can help treat variety of conditions. So these are the things that we know that why we choose DXN Ganoderma. So we have DXN Ganoderma. Out of more than 38,000 variety of mushrooms that exist in this earth, only 2,000 are actually suits for human consumption, and in that about 200 provide health benefits. The Ganoderma ranks superior among them to achieve the highest health value. DXN combines six of the best Ganoderma lucidum varieties to produce the DXN Ganoderma via tissue culture procedure. So these are the beauty about DXN Ganoderma on DXN Ganoderma via the tissue culture procedure. And these are the types of Ganoderma that we have. It's based on like liver ganu, heart, and kimshan, brain, and rui, peacock, and all that. So we have the six types of Ganoderma here. The RG, the Ganoderma lucidum, which is harvested from 90 days of white mushroom, and we have GL on 14 days of mycelium of Ganoderma lucidum. We have two, which is RG and GL. RG is function as a detoxifier and GL as a balancer. So how the mycelium actually helps? It helps balance our system for a healthier. That means mycelium is the reproductivity element of this fungi, which can then form into a fruiting body of a mushroom. Through this mycelium, the mushroom absorbs the nutrients from its environment. Mycelium provides resistance to some pathogens that can cause the disease. So this is how the mycelium is. And RGGL powder, we have 100% Ganoderma lucidum and the RG powder, I mean GL and RG powder. It actually provides with the flexibility in terms of the dosage quantity. Right? And this is Rachelium powder. The extra Rachelium powder is a balanced mixture of mycelium and fruit body of Ganoderma lucidum. This is actually a premixed powder mixture which is save our time and it suits for all consumers. This is actually a combination of RG and GL powder, and these are the special formulated herb whereby this GXN Mycovita is actually a balanced mixture of a mushroom Ganoderma from the fruit body and its mycelium. It's suitable for mega dosage powder consumption. And alternatively, there is a way product consumption to serve. We use our shakers. Okay, so this actually microvita comes from the base of the RG and GL, and it functions as a mega dose powder for the consumption. And we have GX and spirulina. Spirulina is a type of blue-green algae or cyanobacteria with 100% alkalinity. And spirulina contains five major nutrients, which is protein, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Only the selected best species is cultivated. So DXN spirulina, we have no pesticides or herbicides applied into it, and it's suitable for children, adults, and senior citizens. It's available in the tablet, capsules, powder forms, and cereal, which is actually suits our needs. DXN is the first direct selling company in Malaysia to produce spirulina from the cultivation process to finished goods, naturally cultivated in a clean pond. This is our micro veggie. So it's a high fiber food supplement which is carefully prepared from all natural ingredients. It contains vegetable, various mushrooms, spirulina, green tea, mulberry leaf, ginkgo leaf, noni leaf, fruits, herbs, and the other selection of spices. It has high both in soluble and insoluble fiber. It's low in fat, sugar-free, cholesterol-free, and is the best source of high-quality fiber. So it consists about 23 types of vegetable and the mulberry leaf, ginkgo, noni, and fruits and all that. So the selection of spices consists about 23, which is works as the best source of high quality fiber. So I think we come to the end of the topic. So these are the some of the products that basically is actually we have shared just now to support basically to strengthen our immune system. So I think according to the topic today, the best thing that we can see here, the DXN have provide some of the products to strengthen our immune systems. Okay, so basically
Mm-hmm.
to create our antibody in our body to protect ourselves from any kind of infection. So I think these are the basic products that have been arranged for everyone's use. All right. So Zeti, I think it's a very short and very brief explanation today. So maybe we can share other things. I just pass the session to you, Zeti.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Ganesh. It was
Yeah.
indeed short but very compactful information. So I'm sure not everyone might knows what is it all about HIV or AIDS, or is it the two of it
Yeah.
is apa similar things lah. So basically, I think from what you said just now, the HIV and AIDS is not the same, right? But it's between the stages lah. So basically, it's the
Yeah.
final stages. So now I think Mr. Ganesh, you might want to share something. I mean, if you have any experience handling or managing, monitoring these AIDS or HIV patients, right?
Yeah. So I think it's quite interesting uh, sharing. So I would like just to say that I have um, past over the years have a few patients that we have faced, and there is experience in managing them, and there is some of the pathological assessments also we have been taken care on them. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
what is the finding is the patient is actually exposed for a HIV, and it's confirmed by the viral load and other tests that we have been done before, like the T helper cells counts and all that. And we call it the CD4, CD8 counts, and the WBC on the white blood cells monitoring and all that. So what we see that the reports is early stage that we can see there is some changes. There means some drops in the count of the helper cells in their body. That means the weakening of the immune system is actually getting started in the early stage itself. So that we can see is actually so with the some of the helps and assistance by our medical doctors, so they have been confirmed and they are monitoring these patients very closely, and we found that there is some of the improvement is happen after the consumptions of a gynotherapy system. Okay, so we have recommended and suggested some of the gynotherapy for this patient, and they managed to comply with all the the guide and the advice that we have been given to them, and we found that some of the results is actually excellent. So some of the things that I can share through is supposed to attach in today's slide, but due to our Ministry of Health regulations, and there is some of the compliance issue, the data protection, we can't expose it publicly. But there is some of the reports that we have in our hand. It's showing that there is improvements after the consumptions of chemotherapy, where it happens actually on the T cells itself. The immune systems actually we can take count on our T cells, the CD4 suppressor cells, and the CD8 counts. So this will determine whether the patient is actually is on the surviving level, or the patient is actually exposing for the dangerous level. So we can see what are the stages we can monitor through the level of the CD4 and the CD8 count. So
Mm-hmm.
the experience with them till now, I think they started to having them since 2016, and I have two great testimonials to judge on this statement saying that this consumptions of chemotherapy, and some of the product that I would like to say is of course our Mycovita. I've been
Uh-huh.
given this Mycovita on a daily consumption, and followed by the Entergy, Black Human, Morinzi, and all that. So this
Mm.
package actually to comes as one package to help on the immune system strengthening process. So very glad to share on this today, saying that the mega dose of the RGGLs actually helps all these chronic patients, especially on the HIV patients, immune-related
Mm.
patient. It's actually giving a very good result, at the end of the day. So I'm highly recommended and I highly suggest everyone to get to know about this ganoderma and how it functions actually. And at the end of the day, the benefits is there, right?
Yes, yes, true. So you have a few patients that you have already managed. Then it shows that their immunity has already improved, right?
Yeah.
Just by
But
using all those
that's
three products, is it?
yeah, it's all everyone. We give the same thing. We
Mm-hmm.
try to put them on the microvita, but even this microvita is not actually to be on the in every month base consumption. So on, we can just reduce the dose later. So what we can do on the early stage or first or second stage, we please maintain them, let them on the microvita, and
Mm-hmm.
literally try to reduce it to normal dose. From the mega dose, we try to make it on
Uh,
the lower dose and keep on monitor them. Keep on monitor them. The important is on the antibody and the antigen test is where we can see the improvement is. Hmm.
I see.
So yeah.
Mr. Ganesh, if I may ask, how much is the amount of mycovita that they need to consume if it's in a mega dose?
Okay, if mega dose we have 30. We have a 30
Mhm.
packs, which is actually is just meant for a month of use. So that means we put a sachet, we put half on the morning and a half at the night. So it means one
I
sachet for a day. So make it half and a half for the AM and PM. So it can be mixed with our Morinzi juice plus with our rosette
Mhm.
juice and following with our black cumin and androgy
Ah,
capsules. So this will be on a daily basis. So black cumin and the androgy, because the component, the bioactive of the black cumin and the androgy is actually helping for the immunity as well. So it should be comes in a package with the microvita. You know? And
ah,
external, some of the changes can be seen within the 3 months. That is, the readings will be actually can see there's some changes on the reading. There is will be some improvement on the T cells after the consumption of the microvita actually. Yeah.
I see. So it's just within 3 months they could have already see the changes between
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
immunity level. I see.
Yeah.
So I guess when it comes to HIV or AIDS, the first thing that we need to do is to strengthen our immunity, right?
Yeah.
All right. So is it possible for everyone or anyone to get AIDS? What do you have to say,
Yeah.
Mr. Ganesh?
Everyone is actually exposed for this dangerous, it's a kind of fatal word, of AIDS or HIV. Yeah, it's a fatal actually.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone is actually possible for this. It is transmittable to every uh, human, and even they have tested for the animal as well. It is actually
Mm-hmm.
transmittable to all living creatures. Actually, not in the
Mm-hmm.
plants. Actually, so yes, this question is, yeah, the possibility is there.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
suppose
So we can
everyone
see
is.
just now. Sorry, Zeti, the number four. We can see the transmit how it transmit. The number four. I think point
Mm.
number four. The healthcare workers. They also exposed for this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but by not even knowing about it, by coincidentally the thing can happen accidentally. The needle pricking also, can be happen due to the from the any
Mm.
HIV patients and some of the needles. It's actually a
Mm.
transmittable as well. You know.
Yeah. So that's why today we're doing awareness to raise awareness on the World AIDS Day, because it doesn't mean that we need to get rid of the stigma that these people having this disease is doing something that is out of the norm, or something isn't good, right? So I
Yeah.
suppose there are so many circumstances that these people might be having HIV or AIDS. So we as a community shouldn't be discriminating these people.
Yeah.
So all
So
right, thank you, Mr. Ganesh.
yeah. So I think see almost we already cover the most of the important information and the parts of this today's topic. So I think the best practice is to make our gynotherapy as our regular intake, not because of this
Mhm.
disease management, but it's just to protect ourselves from any contagious diseases. Right? So that's the
Mhm.
best word to say that all our product is actually has been arranged in a very they call it the PLE process, whereby they have all these herbal preparation systems in there. So we have a very superficial systems in genotherapy, where the RGGL is basically is help a human's life. So the best is the knowledge, the best is the information from the product is really good. So thank you very much for today's session, and hope everyone can report with us on our health product in focus. Thank you, Zeti.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Ganesh. It was indeed a very good information on the World AIDS Day awareness. So, what I can say or conclude from what Mr. Ganesh has already told throughout the module just now is that we need to strengthen our body, and there are actually alternative out there to help you to overcome this disease. So it's not the end of the world. It's not a death sentence to you if you're having AIDS or HIVs. So there are alternatives out there that could help you, that could give you a better survival chances. So as what Mr. Ganesh has already recommended just now, gynotherapy might be able to help you out. So if you know anyone out there who might be in need, so you can actually refer to Mr. Ganesh.
Right, right, yeah.
Then,
Excellent. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
okay, I think that's all for tonight. So thank you so much again, Mr. Ganesh, and thank you everyone
All
for
right.
tuning into our session. And I hope to see you all again next time. So thank you everyone. Good night.
All right.
Good night, Mr.
Bye.
Ganesh. Thank you.
Bye.